What is up, everybody, for another week of the CJ and Fitz Show? As always,
What's
I'm
up, everyone?
I'm Fitz. That's
I'm
CJ.
CJ.
All right, man. So another wild week, right? Another wild week of NFL. What I guess.
Hold on one second.
Oh, my
Did
bad.
you hit the record button?
Oh yeah, yes. We are officially recording the show, ladies and gentlemen. This show is brought to you by.
Okay. All right, and also before we begin, I just like to give a shout out to my pops. Happy birthday! It was his birthday yesterday, so I'll see you guys soon.
Happy birthday, CJ's dad.
So,
All right, man. Here we are, another week at it. We're getting better. We had zero technical difficulties this time, right?
yeah, everything was smooth,
Smooth transitioning. We can
right?
actually hear you this time.
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah,
I want
man.
to make sure I talk louder.
So I don't even know where really to begin. You know, like
Uh,
week four's highs and lows. Like, what do you got, man?
Actually, before we get that, I got there was a major trade today with Stephen Gilmore to the Panthers for a 6th-round pick, which I don't know the last time the Panthers, is traded for a high caliber player. I mean, I understand he's been hurt, but I still think he can improve that defense a lot.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think.
feel good about the Panthers, man.
Listen, man. Anybody that's watching, anybody that's just tuning in, like I have been riding the Sam Darnold train pretty much since he was traded to him. I'm big on the Panthers. I like the Panthers. I like the competitiveness of that division. And their defense, like, yes, their defense couldn't really shut down Dallas last week, right?
Right.
But it was,
I mean, Dallas is playing good football, though.
Dallas is playing great football, man. But, like, going into that game, Carolina's defense was the top-rated defense in the league. Like, and now, so they're saying that, Gilmore probably won't start playing until week 7.
I think after the bye, yeah. So I mean, him on one side, and then he can definitely help out, against the receivers like for Tampa Bay, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So
And then it's
I
just
really, and the veteran experience, he can help out the young guys. So
right.
I
That's what I'm
thought that
saying. Like, I think, man, like, veteran experience is valued so much in this league, right? And we kind of touched on it last week, right? So, like, college football, you have 5-star recruit on top of 5-star recruit on top of 5-star recruit, but the veteran presence here in the NFL is just so much more impactful to a team, I think, and that's why it's so good to see the mixing and the matching of veterans and young players and experience alone, man. Like, everybody out there in the world is living and learning each and every day, and it goes the same with these athletes and their trade. Their trade is playing professional football. Their trade is playing their position to the best of their capabilities. And when you get a veteran to come in and share his experience with you, it makes you a better player. So
it's a difference.
And then, on top of it, Gilmore's home now too, man. He's from Rock Hill,
South Carolina.
Yeah, Rock Hill, South Carolina. Like, this is, I think this is best for everybody. I really do. Like,
Yeah.
So no, yeah, absolutely. That's big news, man. Big trade today, and it was actually I caught this morning on Good Morning Football, but Peter Schrager actually he mentioned that so New England goes ahead and New England puts out this. We're expecting to release Stephon Gilmore today, right? Well, technically they couldn't release him until 4:00 today. So what you do there, that's like a marketing strategy. You know what I mean? What you do is you put it out there, and now all of a sudden, you're throwing out the bait and seeing what kind of fishes are biting. And I mean, smart on Carolina, man. That's all I could say. Yeah. I think it's a win-win for both situations. So awesome. Yeah, dude. So week 4, what were some of your big surprises there?
All in all, I'm gonna go with the whole Arizona Cardinals as a team, as a hype. Kyler Murray's playing MVP performance. You got Chase Edmonds, who's doing literally everything and producing numbers. AJ Green, Max Williams, the backup guys are scoring touchdowns.
Oh yeah,
and the defense caused 2 turnovers on the Rams. So I mean, they went in to the Rams and beat them at home.
Yeah, so we talk about it every week, and it's been, I mean, truly, it's just, year in, year out, the NFC West is so competitive with one another. Yes. I mean, one of my favorite games last season was Arizona against Seattle on a Thursday night football game, right? And it was just back and forth, like just some of the hardest football, out there. But let's not forget about Rondale Moore, dude, rookie. Arizona, like, he is a dynamic player, and
I mean, even Christian Kirk is another playmaker.
Yeah, so they moved Christian Kirk over to the slot, and he's and he's playing that position extremely well right now. Like, they're just they're jiving on all levels of football right now. Credit to Cliff Kingsbury and his staff, and for really making that transition from college football to the NFL, man, and starting to make it. And it's not talked about much, but they draft Josh Rosen, and then the following year, Kingsbury comes in and he's like, "I'm taking Kyler," right? We're taking Kyler Murray, and that's all she wrote. Like, he's having a great season right now. He is, in my opinion, leading the pack for MVP.
Yes, front runner right now.
So yeah, no, credit to Arizona Cardinals, and great football happening right now. I cannot wait to see what happens more. Like,
even the signing of James Conner is helping out that offense. Like, he's the goal line back. He's producing too. So, like, every individual on that offense is producing.
Yeah, I want to give credit. You already mentioned him, but like Chase Edmonds, you know what I mean? Like, Chase Edmonds is having himself a great year, and he's a great utility player, and he's doing everything you want in that we touched on it last week, right? These 2-headed monsters, 3-headed monster type backfields, and every week somebody's going to emerge. Like, yes, Chase Edmonds might not be scoring touchdowns, but the guy is producing on the he's producing on the field. He's getting those first downs. He's getting the hard fought yardage, like. And then, yeah, I mean, so it's great to see, man, because a few years ago, the top dog there is David Johnson, you know what I mean? And those are big shoes to fill. David Johnson was electrifying, or is, I mean, like, his game hasn't really showed much, in recent years, but like, in his prime, David Johnson was phenomenal, man. He's best athlete in the game, like, so yeah. One of my big highs, two really young quarterbacks, Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, right? Like, this is great, man. It's great. I love seeing young quarterbacks succeed and get the help that they need, get the transition into the NFL. I mean, because there was always this concept, and I was a big believer of it, like the air raid spread spread offense. You know that these college teams run don't transition well. You know, to the NFL, and it makes it really hard for these quarterbacks. But I mean, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, I mean, these guys are thriving right now, right? They are looking great. I mean, Justin Herbert just went out there, beat former NFL MVP, Super Bowl runner up. You know what I mean? Like Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, and he just went out there and beat him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So some really, really good things happening this week. Justin Fields had talk about another successful young running back. Justin Fields had himself a really good game, first official NFL start. He looked well. I actually had picked Detroit to beat Chicago just because of all the chaos and distraction that was going over there with the quarterback position, but they prevailed. And it's actually announced today that Justin Fields will be the starter from here on out. So all right.
Also, Matt Nagy is not calling the plays, so I mean, maybe that's 2-2. I mean, maybe that's good for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So
you know, I'm just happy that we finally got over this little hump here of I don't know if he's gonna start this week. I don't know who's gonna start. You know, no, like nothing hurts a kid's confidence more than just being like, I don't fully believe in you yet. So yeah, ride it out, man. Ride out the storm. Let Justin Fields. I mean, there was a cool story today. I wish I had I wish I could give credit to the beat reporter there. I'm not gonna. Long story short, something about Fields finding out finally that he got the starting job, and instead of going out and celebrating, he stayed at home and watched film. You know what I mean? Cool stuff, cool dedication, man. You got to love the dedication.
also give a shout out to Zach Wilson with his first win.
Yes.
For the Jets.
I mean,
he made some big time throws right there at the end, especially the one that Corey Davis caught. It was beautiful.
Yes, one of our viewers last week called it. He said Corey Davis revenge game, and that is exactly what it was. So yes, shout out to the New York Jets on their first win of the season. Zach Wilson, first career win. You know, lots of good things happening for young quarterbacks. I love to see it. It keeps the league healthy.
And even Mac Jones. I mean, I know the Patriots lost, but Mac Jones did not look bad at all against Tom Brady.
At one point, Mac Jones completed 19 consecutive passes, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
so
that's how do I say it? The legacy of Tom Brady. To stare the legacy of Tom Brady in the face and go out there and just be like, this is my team now. I'm going to play you the best that I absolutely can. It was a great game.
It was. It really was.
It was a really slow game. But in the scheme of football, right? It was a good game. It was a slow, boring game, wet game. It was raining. You know, like, so yeah, I mean, lots of good things happening week 4. I mean, so coming out of the first quarter of the season here, who are your top teams? Like, go 1, 2, 3 for me.
Arizona is definitely my top team right now. Just the way they've been playing, and I mean, the defense is not bad. They got offensive weapons. Number 2, I would have probably go with the Bills. The offense is looking good. The defense is looking even better. And then, which they'll have a real true test this Sunday. So, and then the last top 3, I'm gonna go with my Cowboys. They're looking pretty good too. So, defenses really has stepped up that secondary.
Yes,
So
to
I'm really
anybody out there watching right now, I just want to this is a public service announcement, okay? I want to apologize to the Dallas Cowboys because going into this season, and my good friend CJ here is a diehard fan, and I was just chirping them up. I was chirping them up the whole time. They don't have a defense. They don't focus on their secondary enough. Yada yada yada. I apologize. They're playing really, really good football right now. They're playing great football. Diggs is really coming up to be,
and he was a second-round pick.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
that right there. A majority of teams are made up of these second, third, fourth round picks, man.
Right.
Like, it's there's so much talent and so much depth available in those mid rounds, man, that sometimes I don't understand the value of, I just don't understand why a first round pick is so valuable. Yeah, and that's why I traded around, 2 first round picks in my fantasy league this week.
good job, Joe.
Oh, man. Yeah. No, I'm just
What about you? What about yourself? Your top 3? Is it the same, or you have anybody else that you want to throw in there?
I'm with you. So I'm gonna take Carolina, or not Carolina. Wow, I'm gonna take Arizona at number 1. I just think the way that they're, like you said, like they're firing on all cylinders right now. You know what I mean? The offense is just looking untouchable, man.
Yeah.
Like, Kyler is looking great. His escapability, his ability to extend plays, improvising on the run. I love all of it, man. Give me more. I love that kind of stuff, dude. I'm gonna say, call me crazy, right? So I still think Kansas City is like number 2, even though they're 2-2, right? I still think they're the best team in the league. And here's why, man. Every single one of their losses, right, their 2 losses, have still come down to last-minute plays. This is why I have Kansas City at number 2. Because no matter how bad their defense is, or how bad their defense is playing, their offense is so good that your offense, the opposing team's offense, if they are to win a game, needs to be perfect, right? You have to be operating perfect, because if you give them any opportunity to score, to put themselves back in a game, they're going to take it, right? And to me, until that is proven false, they are still one of the top teams in the league. I don't care what their record says. And then number 4, I'm going to take the Bills. And I, being a Bills fan, right? Being a Bills fan, I don't even want to really say this out loud. But I'm going to. Yes, the defense is playing great. The defense has posted 2 shutouts in their last 3 games. They're outscoring opponents like 118-21. Sure. They've also played Jacoby Brissett, Taylor Heineke, and Davis Mills, right? Now, put this in perspective here. These are teams that they're supposed to blow out, and they're doing that, right? So as far as like doing what you're supposed to do, yeah, they're doing it, right? Like, it's not. I mean, if if they go down to the wire with, if they go down to the wire with Davis Mills,
there's a problem.
Yeah, right. But they don't. So it's kind of it's hard for me to. I'm almost putting them at 3 because I'm biased, right? I mean, you see it, right? This is not a. This is not a. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm sorry. I'm just like. I'm putting them at 3 because their scores in say so, but I would rather have good wins than blowout wins. You know what I mean? And by good wins, I mean playing good teams.
Right.
You know what I mean? Significant wins to really put them as like one of the best teams out there. So this week will be a true test, like you said. So, yeah, so Arizona, Kansas City, Buffalo.
And also another team that I consider up there is the Chargers. Do not keep them like the Chargers are a great team, and they're only getting better. So
yeah, I mean, like, how do I say? I mean, next week if we do, how about next week? All right, so to anybody watching, CJ and I will do the CJ and Fitz Show top 10. All right, and we'll do our own power rankings here, just to, I mean, because we could go on and on. I mean, I'm with you. I think the Chargers are a great team, right? And I think they're just they're only going to get better. And as that, you know, Brandon Staley, like, as he conforms that defense into like what he wants, you know, like, yeah, I mean, we might be. Justin Herbert might be the answer to Philip Rivers, which is, you know what I mean? He might bring them somewhere that Philip Rivers never could. So,
a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, Philip Rivers was a great quarterback for them. But I agree with your statement.
Oh, Philip Rivers is a great quarterback. You know, you know who today's Philip Rivers to me is? Baker Mayfield is today's Philip Rivers. Right? Like that. That's
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's just how I feel about the Browns organization. Like, they have a really good squad. They have talent on their offense. Baker's not playing bad. He's actually playing really good football right now. But, like, it's just something about it just rings Philip Rivers. Like, you ever see that commercial with the guy, he's got the fishing pole and the dollar? Oh, yeah. Oh, you almost, you know, like, and that's it, right? Like that's what I'm thinking. Here we got Jim, one of our viewers chimes in. He goes, with the defense playing the way they are, does the Bills have to keep up with the Chiefs, or do the Chiefs offense have to keep up with the Bills?
True. So who's going to win that game? Is it going to be the Bills offense or the Bills defense?
So I think it's going, well, it's going to be the Bills offense that has to win the game, right? And here's why. I think the defense is going to play well against Kansas City. I do. But at the end of the day, I mean, even if the game comes down to 24-21 or whatever, like, it has to be this moving.
Right.
You know, if your offense gets them on a 3 and out, right? I mean, if your defense puts them at a 3 and out, your offense has to score. They have to. So it's going to be your offense has to win you this game. And your offense has to win with the opportunities that are given to them. So,
good question, Jim.
Yeah, he says, it feels like for once the Bills are going to get their points, and it's up to the Chiefs to keep up. It's a good take, and that's why, I mean, it's the reason why this is Sunday Night Football. This is what Sunday Night Football games should be, right? You got the AFC Championship rematch, you know. So I'm eager. I'm eager to see what happens, you know. So, all right. do you want to kind of how do you want to go about this? You want to start jumping into next week's picks, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
All right.
So we'll start with Thursday night game.
Yeah, let me get our records up here. All right, so for those of you just tuning in, we have the CJ and Fitz Pick'em League. It's myself versus CJ here, and right now,
Joe said you're biased, man.
Joe says I'm biased. About what? I don't even. He didn't even tune in. He's just tuning in now. He didn't even hear the whole conversation. Yeah. So for those of you just tuning in, we have the CJ and Fitz Pick'ems. Currently, CJ is up 4 wins on me. But I'm going to get him back. I'm going to get him back this week, right here.
This week?
I'm going to get him back this week. And that's why you're going to pick everything first.
Oh, I like that.
All right? You got to pick everything first. So make sure I can take...
the other team?
Yeah. Why is everybody calling me biased? Are you guys calling me biased because I have a Bills flag in my back? Yes, I'm a Bills fan, but there's no, I didn't say anything about the Bills winning. I said if the Bills are going to win, I was answering Jim's question. If the Bills are going to win, their offense needs to be the one that wins it, not their defense. Because their defense is ranked number 1 across the board right now. But it's got to be their offense to win. Man, everyone's trolling me right now. All right, dude, let's jump into it. Week 5 predictions here. Thursday night football. Tomorrow night, you got LA at Seattle.
With the news with Chris Carson possibly not playing, that's a big blow, I believe, for Seattle. Even if he was playing, I'm still taking the Rams. I think this is a bounce back game for them. So yeah. I'm taking Rams all the way.
I'm going to take the Rams because Seattle's passing defense is...
Actually, you know what? I think this is the week Robert Woods gets in that offense.
Oh, I agree. He slowly started to peak there at the end of last week's game. So, I'm with you. I'm going to take the Rams as well. I think they bounce back. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Matt Stafford has himself a day. It is super hard to play in Seattle, but I don't know. These guys are professionals. I don't know if that necessarily crowd noise is... Excuse me. I don't know if crowd noise plays as big as a role as people make it out to be. So
I think that will fix things on defense and then have that offense ready. So I'm sticking with Stafford and the Rams.
Yeah. Next game, you got the Jets. Jets traveling down to Atlanta.
Man, I really loved the way Zach Wilson played last week, and I wanted to take the Jets, but I didn't because I really thought the Titans were going to go in there. And I mean, Derrick Henry had a phenomenal game against them, but the Jets they pulled it through. But man, I think this is like a toss up for me. I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I think Matt Ryan and Calvin Ridley, they get the job done. So I'm gonna take the Falcons.
All right. Here's I'm gonna get one of my wins back right here because I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the traveling Jets, and not because I think Zach Wilson's gonna play great.
Carter.
I think Michael Carter is gonna have himself a game.
He got his first touchdown last week. Good call on that.
Yeah, he wasn't wasn't quite the fantasy player of the week or anything like that, but yeah, he did. He got his first touchdown. So if anybody put Michael Carter in your lineup, you're welcome. All right, I'm really excited about this game. Green Bay at Cincinnati.
Like here's another really good game. Like, man.
Jim says, I heard you can get a good trade for Wilson in fantasy. Yeah, maybe I can give him 2 first-round picks for it, huh?
Oh man. You know what? I'm stick with my gut, and I'm gonna go with the Rodgers to Adams combo, and Aaron Jones. I'm taking Green Bay. They go into Cincinnati and take that win.
Yeah. Shots fired. You guys are killing me in the chat right now, man. I'm trying to do a job here. I'm trying to stay focused. Yeah, all right. So Joe Mixon didn't practice today.
Right. And he's a game time decision too.
He's a game time decision. It's not looking like he's gonna play.
I'm not sure if T. Higgins is going to be back up in the lineup either.
Yeah, it's. Oh man.
Wow. So you taking Green Bay or Cincinnati?
Man, I gotta get some wins back, dude. This is make or break it for me right here, dude. Shit, I might lose the league. I might lose it this week, man. Quick funny story about Cincinnati. We're only week 4. That was week 4, right? So 4 weeks into the season, I'm in an elimination pool. You get 2 losses and then you're eliminated, right? So week 1, I picked Cincinnati overtime win over Minnesota. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I got this locked down. And then I took him last week against Jacksonville, and I got eliminated from the league. So, because you can't pick them twice, you can't pick guys twice. So,
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I want to look at something real quick. I'm going to say...
You know you want Cincinnati.
I do. I'm taking Cincinnati.
Well, I need to write these down.
Jim's asking, he's like, Burrow looks great. What's Cincinnati missing? What do you think?
In all honesty, I think just everyone being healthy.
I think they're missing another back.
You don't think Joe Mixon can handle it? Or he just needs somebody to...
Yeah, man. I talked about it last week. This two-headed monster, 3-headed monsters or whatever. I mean, these agile, versatile backs, you know what I mean? Let me line them up in the slot over here. Let me put them as the H-back over here. Like, yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I don't, Jim, that's really a tough call. I don't really think they're missing much, man. I mean, they got a really young defense. Defense, and I think that's really just kind of, growing pains type thing and I think they'll kind of form into, a pretty durable defense. I mean, it's a league now. Like, I know defense wins championships, and it's true, but it's defense. Defense does not have to be the deciding factor week in, week out. You know what I mean? So if you have a defense that can, make the stop, but they need to make the stop and let your offense do the talking, which it is right now. Like, I think they're really just a young team, man, and I think, you're looking at the same kind of situation as the Arizona Cardinals. You know,
I mean, if I say maybe like another shutdown corner for them, because the guys they have now are like Trey Waynes and Eli Apple, a bunch of veterans. So maybe another like a young stud.
yeah.
They could come in and help. But their defense is not as bad as a lot of people think. And they're
Dude, they got young linebacker Logan Wilson, dude.
yes.
Yes, like he plays a lot like a Luke Kuechly. So yeah, I mean, I think they just need to kind of form themselves into a team and figure out what really works for them and what doesn't. So I don't think they're missing much there, which is exciting, man. I like when divisions.
That's why they're 3-1.
I like when divisions start kind of mixing things up. You know what I mean? Because for the longest time it was Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati were at the bottom looking up, and now it's the roles are starting to change a little bit. You know, so I don't know. It's exciting. All right. Spent a lot of time there on Cincinnati. Detroit at Minnesota.
I'm going with Minnesota. I think Kirk Cousins comes back out. He had a bad week last week. Him and Jefferson is going to hook up a couple times for touchdowns, and
that is my Fitz's fantasy formula. I actually just made a trade this week for Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson ball out this week. They do.
Yep.
They're, as you said, Detroit's corners, they're all banged up in the secondary there. Really, besides last week against Cleveland, like, they were averaging 30 points a game. Like, they're scoring, and their offense is moving, and yeah. Watch for big plays, right? First, we're gonna dive even deeper here, and we're talking like first quarter, 2 big plays. The Jefferson, man, they just open it up and then just let Dalvin Cook loose. You know what I mean? So yeah, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, play him this week, guarantee it. Big week. I'm gonna eat my words, I'm sure. The confidence is just you can just see the confidence coming off me, right? Like, super confident. Yeah, so we both agree Minnesota.
yep.
Now here's a interesting game. Denver, Pittsburgh.
And man, I probably eat my words on this one, but I'm gonna do the CJ's upset of the week. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Kapow! CJ's upset pick of the week. That was
Denver. So Teddy Bridgewater is still in a concussion protocol, and Drew Lock might be starting. So I think, Big Ben. This all relies on Big Ben, though, how he plays. And if he keeps playing the way he is the next couple of weeks, I can see him getting benched for Mason Rudolph. So this is a must-win game for him.
So you're taking Pittsburgh over Denver.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking Denver, bro.
I know you are.
I'm taking Denver. What is that? That's 3, right? That's 3 picks that I have different than you now?
Yeah.
I only need one more, and then I'm just gonna follow you the rest of the way. No. Listen, if Teddy doesn't play, I like Drew Lock. I like Drew Lock coming out of preseason. I was actually really surprised that they named Teddy Bridgewater. Not that Teddy Bridgewater wasn't playing good, right? It's just like if you're going to invest in some I said this about the Justin Fields situation, like if you're gonna draft somebody, you need to give them an opportunity to go out and prove it. And I feel like year in, year out, Drew Lock gets a few looks here, a few looks there. Like I think the only time he's ever really had an opportunity to start is because of this, which is injury, right? And
right.
Yeah, I like Drew Lock, man. I like Drew Lock in Missouri. Like I like Drew Lock, and if you're gonna let the kid, you gotta let the kid go. You know what I mean? Spread your wings and fly, dude. Like, take this opportunity, and I mean, he's gonna be starting somewhere. He's gonna be starting for another team next year. Guarantee it, because they're not invested to him in Denver here. You know what I mean? They're not. They're gonna be drafting someone this year if they don't invest in Teddy. Like, I mean, we talked about it. I think on the first show, we talked about it. Like,
yep.
Denver's going to be drafting somebody next year. So, yeah, but I'm going to take Denver. I'm taking Denver. I think their defense just I think their defense is just going to eat up Big Ben, man.
I know. That's the only scary part about this. Like, it really depends on that offensive line and how Ben plays.
I like it, though. I like the kapow. All right, next week you got next game you got Miami at Tampa Bay.
I'm taking Tampa Bay. I just think they just have too many offensive weapons. So, and yeah, I'm sticking with Tampa Bay.
So, they have so many offensive weapons, but even with the corners that they have, like Miami has a great defense. Like,
True,
right.
But
I'm with you. I'm going to take Tampa Bay as well. I don't think. Geez, besides last year and their 0-4 start, I can't remember the last time Tom Brady lost 2 in a row. But
right.
Well, he actually didn't. So never mind. I take that back because he won last week. So
right.
Sorry, my mind's all over the place.
I mean, and Will Fuller's on IR now.
They just
actually
just traded Grant as well.
And then Parker's questionable. So I mean, who's going to catch the ball besides Jalen Waddle?
Mike Gesicki, man.
Gesicki, true.
I almost want to do another Fitz's fantasy formula because you're just going to have to just start him. I would start Gesicki just because he's going to be the only target. Like, he's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, so.
They don't have any run game, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of which, you want to trade for Gaskins?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I just figured if I was asked you live, you might change your mind.
Still good.
Huh?
I don't even have starting running backs, and I'm still good.
That is great, dude. That's a great take. I don't even have a starting running back, and I'm still not going to take him. Oh, shit, man. Okay, New Orleans. New Orleans and Washington.
So Washington got their win at Atlanta, but in overtime? Was it Atlanta?
No, it wasn't. It was just last minute.
Oh, it was close. Yeah. With was it J.D. McKissick?
Yeah.
See him laying out for that touchdown. So
hell yeah.
That was pretty good.
They have such a dynamic backfield over there. They really do. Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, even Jarrett Patterson. I said he was going to get some touches, and he did. So.
And Curtis Samuel's back too. So.
Yeah, but here's I'm taking I know I said pick first, but I'm just telling you right now. I'm taking New Orleans, and here's why. You let Atlanta put up 30 points on you. You let the Bills put up 41 on you. Like, where is this defense that was so hyped, man? I mean, like, is this just a classic, like, not living up to the hype situation? Like, I'm going to take New Orleans. I don't care if Jameis Winston closes his eyes, throws the ball up 50 feet in the air, and hopes somebody catches it. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna go with Washington. Yeah. I I'm gonna see what that defense does this weekend. I'm gonna stick with Washington. You take New Orleans.
all right.
And there you go.
Philly at Carolina.
I'm gonna go. Man, I really love the Carolina team right now. So I'm sticking in DJ Moore, who's been hot.
DJ Moore has been hot.
Man.
Man.
And Sam Darnold, who's the quarterback, leading the lead in rushing touchdowns with 5. I'm sticking with the Carolina.
I just love, again, man, I can't say it enough. And I'm probably going to be saying it all season. I sound like a broken record here. I love the Sam Darnold story, dude. You know, just a failed situation in New York, coming to Carolina, totally balling out right now. Like, I love it. You know, Philly put up 30 points against a really bad Kansas City defense. And I think Carolina's defense is 10 times better than that. I don't see that happening at all. I'm taking Carolina as well. Tennessee at Jacksonville.
Hold on. So I know CMC is not playing, but he did practice today. So look for him to be back in a couple of weeks, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to make that team even better. So
yes. Yeah, Joe.
So
get him off the trade block.
Right. All right, who's next?
Yeah, Tennessee at Jacksonville.
I'm taking Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
The dude's been unstoppable, man. Like, he's leading the lead in rushing yards. So I just don't. And with the Urban Meyer situation, nobody respects that dude right now, and I don't see him much longer in Jacksonville at all.
No, I just find it I just found it great. Like, so last week, one of our viewers, he was like, is the NFL too big for Urban Meyer? And it's like, well, nah, man. I mean, it looks like he's just rolling with the NFL. He's doing what the players doing, or you know what I mean? like this dude, it's not too big for him. He's fitting right in. No, I mean, so apparently there was a closed door. Like, he addressed the team today. He met with ownership and everything, but yeah, you're right, dude. Like,
yeah, like nobody respects him right now as a coach.
No, Derrick Henry all the way.
Yeah.
Are they getting back AJ Brown and Julio
they're
Jones?
still questionable right now. So, I mean, even if they are, Jaguars are not going to be able to stop the run. So.
Oh man, he's gonna make it rain. Oh my god, I love it, man. All right, New England at Houston. I'm taking New England. I'm sure you are too.
Yep.
All right, I just want it's tough, man. Like, Houston's just in a really bad situation right now. Like, that's the entire franchise. They got running backs that are past their prime. The rookie quarterback who just
that
just totally got welcomed to the NFL last week. Like, yeah, it's just I don't know.
Yeah. Until Tyrod comes back, I can't even think about picking that team.
Yeah. Chicago at Vegas.
So this, man, So we find out. So the Bears lose their starting running back for 5 weeks. Justin Fields is now the starter from here on out. Matt Nagy's not calling plays anymore. I just think there's a lot of stuff going on with the Chicago team right now that I'm gonna just stick with the Las Vegas and take the Raiders at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the Raiders at home. All right. This might be my game of the week right here, honestly. Cleveland at LA.
So Cleveland looked really good they looked good against Minnesota. Kirk Cousins didn't look too so good, but I'm taking the Chargers at home. Like Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Austin, all them boys, the defense, everything's looking good right now for him. So I'm sticking with Chargers at home.
How do you feel about Joey Bosa's comments about the officiating?
I didn't hear that. What were you?
Oh, he pretty much telling them to do it. The gist of it was like, it's really bad. They need to do their job. And like,
what did he get called for flags or something, or didn't get called?
I don't know. I don't know the entire backstory around it. I kind of caught the presser.
Gotcha.
Here's my thing about it. Yes, it's very easy for us as fans watching the game to be like, "Oh man, that's a crap call. That's a blah blah blah." But I mean, these guys are making these calls at the same speed that the players are playing. You know what I mean? You can't instant review these. You can't instant replay penalties. Like once the flag is thrown, right?
Right.
And I mean, it's tough. Like, is anybody out there telling you, do a better job. Don't hold that player. Don't be holding. I mean, like, nobody's criticizing. Players aren't getting criticized for true holdings or true pass interferences or anything like that. So I mean, yeah, there's definitely some calls that are blown, but there's calls blown all the time in every professional sport. I mean, how many times does an umpire call it a strike when it was a ball? You know what I mean? Like, they're going off their instincts, man. It is what it is. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take, man. Derwin James is questionable. You got Clowney's questionable. Greg Newsom's out. I'm going to take the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers, yeah.
All right.
All right. Dallas, or Giants at Dallas.
Until Daniel Jones can prove he can win, I'm taking Dallas all the way.
Yeah, no Jason Garrett revenge game?
No, not at all.
I know. It's really not a revenge game because they played each other last year. No. Hey, Zeke was named the FedEx Ground Player of the Week, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas here as well. They're really just kind of emerging as the favorites there in the East. So, bias. Joe called you biased now.
Oh. You want to bet on the game then, Joe? It was biased.
Yeah. San Francisco at Arizona. I'm taking Arizona.
Yeah, we're both taking Arizona.
All right.
It's with San Fran. I like their running back situation and even quarterback situation right now.
Right. So so Garoppolo's got a calf injury, and we're not sure if Trey Lance is going to play or not. I'm
I mean, Trey Lance
really.
looked good when he came in this
Oh,
last
I
week.
know he did, man. Like, and Debo Samuel's just balling out right now, right? And I think, and we talked about this last week again. You know, you really want to open up that pass game. Get a big arm in there, man. Get a big arm in there uh with Trey Lance, Debo Samuel. I mean,
George Kittle.
yeah. But I'm gonna take Arizona just because God, man, I think they're
It's
just the,
so
I just think they're the best team right now. I really do. Um, but I'm excited and I'm eager to see if Trey Lance plays and how well he plays, and hopefully we can talk about it next week. You know,
same.
Buffalo at Kansas City.
I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Man, because I'm so biased, I'm gonna take the Bills, dude. I really am.
All right.
For all my viewers in the chat over there chirping me up. I know I really am, and this goes back to what I was saying. Like, so the Bills, yes, the Bills' dynamic offense from last season has not quite emerged, and I actually saw an interview with LaShawn McCoy, and he was. I can't remember the show off the top of my head, but he basically said like it's kind of hard to say like Josh Allen isn't playing at the level that he was playing at last year because they're blowing teams out. You know what I mean? Like when you start scoring right, or when you're blowing teams out, like your game plan changes. You know what I mean? You're not trying to throw it 50 times. You're not trying to, so.
all right.
Jim asks, are the Bills still a favorite for the 1 seed even with a loss due to the way easier division and schedule?
I think this game is going to decide.
I don't know. I don't really. There's no one really. I'd have to pull up their schedule here to.
Like, you guys got Dolphins, Jaguars, Jets. I think are all wins. Colts will win. The Saints. You got Tampa Bay, Carolina.
Tampa Bay, Carolina. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking 2 question marks here, right? Based on the way teams are playing right now, 2 question mark games would be Tampa Bay, Carolina. I mean, I'm not even worried about the Monday Nighter following this week against Tennessee. So you're looking at a 13-4 record, and yeah, I think they're still favored for the 1 seed. I really do.
Even if they lose this?
If they lose this, that puts them at what? So they lost to Pittsburgh. They would lose to Kansas City, and say a loss to Carolina and a loss to Tampa Bay, right? So yeah, 13-4.
All right, and Kansas City has Green Bay, Las Vegas, Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, and like the way
Chargers.
that Chargers again.
Yeah, I could see that in, yeah. But I mean, it would be even more beneficial if they could get this win. So
Well, I mean, then they finished 13-4 as well, and then they have the tiebreaker. So I don't know. They would have to lose another divisional game, and I mean, if I recall last year, the Raiders got one over them. See, Jim's chiming in right now. They're playing a way harder division.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if they had another divisional loss in there, Green Bay, Cowboys, Raiders, and probably at the Chargers, they're looking at 12-5 record, and the Bills are the 1 seed. Yeah, so I think the Bills are still safe, even with the loss. So, all right, we spent a lot of time there. Who are you taking? I'm sorry, I'm taking the Bills. Who are you taking?
I've been trying to read the updates, but is Matt Milano playing?
Matt Milano is day by day. He'll be a game time decision.
All right. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. And just because I ain't going to say just because of him, but I think he's a big part of that defense. And he's the one that's going to be covering Kelsey. Am I correct?
Yeah, for the most part, like in a base formation, yeah. And their base defense, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my heart wants to go with the Bills, but I'm taking the Chiefs at home, primetime game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think Kelsey, all depends on Matt Milano. I think Kelsey has a big night, so.
It's fair. And then our Monday nighter is Indianapolis at Baltimore.
I'm just going to keep saying Lamar.
Yep, Lamar. I almost want to just say like Lamar for MVP again, simply because he is playing.
He is.
You know what I mean? The most valuable player is like the most valuable player, and right now he is the most valuable player to his team.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking Baltimore at home. Yeah. All right, man. So there it is. Hopefully, I gained my. We got five different games.
So possibly you can.
It's possible I could take the lead next week, man. Yeah. Hot damn. Before we close out for the night, we got any more questions? I love the chat, man. I really do. We actually got a little. We have a Q&A kind of, segment set up for you guys. If you got any more questions, any great questions, it really keeps us entertaining. Down by 9?
What?
I don't know. All of a sudden.
Oh, he's saying you're going to lose these 5 and be down by 9.
Ah, thank you. Thank you for the confidence in me.
Hey, Joe, we're doing FanDuel again?
Joe, do you have any questions? Besides just... I'll set it up. He says he'll set it up.
All right, cool.
So, all right, well, that is it. That is the end of the show. This is the 3rd episode of the CJ and Fitz Show, man. So this is going pretty fun. It's going great. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. I love the questions asked. It really keeps it just kind of keeps us going with the flow. We're up to 20 subscribers now.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, hold on. Love you. Jim, you missed the Q&A segment, but I love this question, so we're gonna keep going. The 1983 draft gave us 3 Hall of Fame QBs. Will the 2018 do the same? So the 2018 You got Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson. Is there another quarterback out of that one that I'm missing? I feel like I'm... Huh?
Wasn't Darnold?
And Sam Darnold, yes. Wow, thank you.
Ooh, that's a good question, man.
That's a great question, man.
Yeah.
This is a great way to end the show. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I think Lamar has already put himself in the Hall of Fame. I think Josh Allen's going to, as soon as he wins the Bills the Super Bowl.
So who's going to be that third? Is it Mayfield, Darnold? It ain't going to be Rosen.
No. Man. That's tough. I'm going to say, damn. All right, well, here, back to my original take earlier in the show. Do you think Phillip Rivers is going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Then yes. Then Baker Mayfield will be the Baker Mayfield's going to be the third Hall of Famer. Because I swear, man, like Baker Mayfield is like this, this decade's version of Phillip Rivers. I really do. So
I got a quick question then.
Yeah.
That. If Baker Mayfield wins a Super Bowl with Cleveland, would he be more of an icon than LeBron James?
Yeah.
Because I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, look at the history of the Browns, dude, right?
Right.
So they get moved to Baltimore, you know what I mean? Like, and then they come back. They have these just tragic year after year after year. I mean, who's that? Bernie Kosar is like the last, So
I agree. I agree with that statement totally, man. Like,
I mean,
I've been to a Browns game. I mean, they're just up there with the rest of the fans. They love that city.
oh,
and that
absolutely.
city.
And then
So,
here's the I don't want to bring basketball into it, but it's not like LeBron was like ride or die.
right.
You know what I mean? It's not like he was like ride or die with the Cavs there. You know what I mean? Like he definitely went chasing the trophies. Like, so yeah, dude. I think
agree.
you're absolutely right. If Baker wins them a Super Bowl, he is put on a pedestal. He's given the key to the city. You name it, man. He is you know what I mean? So.
Legend. Yep, I agree 100% with that statement.
Hey, Jim says I beat him to the Bakers as Rivers, and I take a little pride in that. There, I'm glad that other people see that as well. Like, so, but all right, man. That's it for today's show. Really appreciate you guys all tuning in. We had some really good takes again today. Like, hopefully I can finally.
Being out here with us. So.
I love the chirping in the chat. I really do. I gotta figure out a way to maybe change up our format a little bit. See if we can get the chat kind of showing up on stream the whole time. I do love the chirping. So, but all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and it's the CJ and Fitz Show. See you later.
Later.